Welcome to Hogz Only TV. I'm Luke.
I'm Woodrow.
And today we're going to be doing our first video of our YouTube channel. We already have one video up, us shark fishing. It originally wasn't made for YouTube, but we threw that up in there anyway. So this is technically going to be our pilot episode. What should they be looking for coming forward in the future?
Well, this summer we have big plans ahead. We have sword fishing is the #1 priority right now. We're excited to catch a swordfish this summer. We're both 0 for 0 on swordfish. Both haven't caught one. And we tried last summer, but we didn't make it out there. So this summer is going to be the summer.
Mm-hmm.
We will catch a swordfish. That's #1 priority.
Yeah.
But that's not till later in the summer. So we're going to have to start off we'll probably do some striper fishing at the beginning.
Yep. Some more reel reviews.
This is just the beginning of the series. Then
I'd say last summer we got screwed over by weather for the sword fishing.
For sure. We had like 2 trips planned, 3, and all 3 of them
we just never went.
Just couldn't make it out there.
We changed it to more closer tuna fishing instead. But we made that happen though.
Well, we caught some tuna fish last year.
Yeah.
No videos though.
No videos.
This year, expect some tuna fishing videos.
We got tuna fishing, striper fishing. So we're based out of the Northeast, so expect more Northeast style fishing rather than like Florida, all that. We're in that Connecticut, Long Island area. So a lot of stripers, bluefish, black fishing later in the fall, tuna fishing. Maybe we'll go out a little further, maybe go for some wahoo or something. Get a little crazy.
It's a big gamble for the wahoo.
Big gamble.
We can try.
Yeah. But today we got our first reel review. So you want to explain the scoring system?
All right. So in our reel score review, we have 5 categories. These categories are going to be price, which is kind of like the most weighing factor. Let me hear something about price, Luke.
Price-wise, I mean, prices for reels kind of vary based on companies, type of reels. So you don't want a reel that's overly expensive for how it compares to the other categories we'll have that we'll explain in a sec. But you don't want to be paying for, let's say, the 15 size reel for $500, and then the bigger size reel is going to be like $1,000. You want it to be based off of how it performs, which is also one of the categories, I believe. Is that
we
right?
also have a performance category.
Yeah. So price will kind of like be dependent on the other categories we'll have that we'll explain in a sec. But overall, you just don't want a reel to be overly expensive for how it works, you know?
Yeah. So that's our first category's price. And obviously, we stated a little bit on our second is performance. Kind of how it feels, how it really feels when you're on a fish.
Yep.
How it's not overweighted one side or the handle's too big.
Smooth.
That kind of idea. How smooth it reels in.
Yep.
That kind of idea. And then for our third category, we have durability.
Yep. You don't want a reel that's going to crap out on you after a year of fishing, you know, especially when it compares to that price. Going back to the price, it's like, hey, a reel should be cheaper if it's only going to last you a season or 2. Meanwhile, those more expensive reels, they should last you 5, 10, your whole life type of thing, you know? So stuff like that. Obviously, it's based on how you treat the reel a lot of the time. If you wash it, take care of it in the winter, oil it up, all that. But that also goes in the durability factor, I guess you could say. But, I mean, I guess we should base the score off of if someone were to treat this thing like absolute dog. Like,
if you were to abuse and never oil it up, never take it apart, never wash it down, is it good?
Is it durable? You know,
is
it going to last you a little while?
Yeah. Not like us where we, treat them like our little children.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you were to abuse and that's
a different conversation for another day.
So kind of our last category is versatility. So is the series of reels going to be versatile from little fish like small fluke or catching snapper blues all the way to tuna fishing?
Yep.
Probably not our giants here, but that's like a whole different category. But from like small tuna, inshore tuna, jigging for like 40, 50 pounders, that kind of idea. Is it going to be versatile from a series of reel from the small guys to the big guys?
Yeah. Obviously, you have bigger reels that can be for bigger fish, smaller reels that are smaller fish. But at the end of the day, everyone wants that reel that can do everything. So is Is this one of those reels? We'll find out. All right, guys. So today our review is going to be on the PENN Fathom. So right in front of you, we have 4 different sizes. We have the 15, we got the 30, we got the 40, and we got the 60.
The newer 15.
The newer 15. So we actually have all 3 generations of the PENN Fathom right here. So these yellow ones and the red one are going to be the older versions, and that silver one all the way to the right is going to be the newer version that you'll see in stores typically nowadays.
It's a new PENN Fathom 2. Came out a couple years ago.
It's on its second, third year.
Yeah. But this is a new guy that you'll see if you ever want to try to buy one. But it's practically the same reel. Just a newer version.
Minor updates. You got that bigger power handle. It's going to help you crank on fish a little harder. And then some of the drag stuff involved is a little newer, a little changed. But
and it looks cooler. It's a little more sleek.
I don't know. I like the OG colors, kind of, you know? That red, the yellow, it's sleek. It's more, when you think of PENN, I feel like it's more like that black. And
That's true.
just me, but it definitely looks more new generation that silver one.
Yeah,
These ones.
for sure.
It definitely is a cool reel. But then we got the 30 right here. It's going to be a little step up from that 15. There's actually a size in between those two. It's going to be that 25 size. This 15, it's pretty good size to going back to that versatility. You can use it for a lot of different types of fishing. Then you jump up to that 40 right here. A little bit more bigger fish, jigging, more tuna-esque type reel. And then you got this big 60 right here, which is another big boy / troll type reel. But overall, we'll go up and down that list of the categories through each reel and kind of explain our thinking in our scores. So start off with that 15. See the drag's pretty decent.
It's pretty decent.
Especially for that size. I'm pretty sure it's 30 pounds.
30-pound drag is what it's set to. It's full strike.
Which for that size reel, 30 pounds pretty good.
30 pounds pretty good. You're not going to need 30 pound anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
the only problem with the small size is the lever drag in a small size reel. Bottom fishing isn't the greatest to have.
At least up here. I mean, down south, a lot of people are jigging.
Yeah. But up here in the Northeast, it is a little nicer to have, that flick a drag on, flick it off, free spool into gear. It's a little nicer to have that star drag.
Yeah.
But that's at least for the small guy.
Yeah. I mean, with that small guy, that 30 pounds is pretty good. So say you're stuck in blackfish brings you in the rocks, that 30 pounds of drag might come in handy.
Yeah.
Going to that 30, this one's going to have 40 pounds of drag. Is that right?
40 pounds of drag on this guy.
40 pounds of drag. That's pretty good. It's actually got the same amount of drag as the 40. The only difference between these two reels is going to be amount of line capacity. So with drag like that, you could use it pretty much up and down the board from fluking, togging, blackfishing, blue fishing, striper fishing, and then if you really want to get ballsy, you could probably do some jigging with it for those smaller class tuna. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. That's pretty good. And as you go up in size, this lever drag is going to get more important. It actually only gets better as we go up here in size because you're going to do less bottom fishing and you always cranking up, cranking down, getting on the bottom, trying to stay on the bottom, and more of just sitting there, waiting, trolling, whatever.
Even some jigging.
Yep, even live lining. This lever drag gets a little better. It becomes a little more quality that you have a lever drag over a star drag as you go up here in the size.
Yeah, like I mean, this 40 right here, I personally use this for jigging for tuna, dead sticking, say swim baits like Ronzies. This is a reel I would use for those, pretty much any class tuna that you're allowed to catch without having commercial license. I've done just normal jigging. I've done dead sticking. I've actually done cod fishing with this reel. So, I mean, the drag's good. I mean, pulled up those cod pretty easily. But this would definitely be a perfect reel for that. So, as we said before, the only difference would be between these reels would be that line capacity and probably a little bit of weight. This one's going to be a little bigger. Then we got this big puppy right here. It's going to be that 60. It's got 50 pounds of drag.
It's A lot of drag.
This reel, you could jig with it. She's a little chunky.
It's a little. I'm not sure you'd want to jig with that for more than like 5 minutes here.
You might get a little tired, but I think it'd be a great reel from trolling the stripers or those smart class tuna.
Those big striper up at the block.
Up the block, race, all that. And then of course, which is nice, all these reels are 2-speed, even in those smaller sizes.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big one to have. I mean, it's not a huge deal for those smaller fish on the smaller reels unless you're like down south or something. But once you get to those bigger size fish, especially tuna, that 2-speed will come in handy.
Yeah.
What do we got next? We got durability.
Durability. What are we giving the final score on the
price?
on the drag?
What do you think? What are you thinking? I mean, price wise, for a lever drag, it's a pretty good price, I'd say. I mean, I think it's typically ranging from $250 to $350-ish on these reels, if I had to guess. The bigger reels are going to be
these
over
ones
$3.
Down here,
Mhm.
$280.
Oh,
those big guys up there, $330.
All right.
So pretty small range.
Pretty small range.
But it is
compared to other companies, though. I mean, it's a pretty good price point.
That's a pretty good price point.
For it being not their top lever drag, which would be the Penn Torque, which is more like $600+. I mean, price might be a little high for not their best, but compared to other brands, it's a pretty good price point for a good reel. So I mean, I'd probably say, we think 7, 6-ish.
Yeah,
Did I actually just do that? I didn't mean to do that. That's on me. At least I said 7 first.
I might have to give it a 7.
7?
7 for the price, you think?
I think that's pretty good. I think 6 might be a little low compared to those other brands. Like if we were to give it a 6, I think the price is too good to be a 6. I think a 7 would be like perfect.
Just compared to other brands.
Compared to other brands. Some of those other brands are going to be looking for $400+ for their lever drag reels. So yeah, that's what you want. But
what would we rate the drag again?
We haven't got there yet. Oh wait,
we did talk about
we did talk about drag. Drag. That's the thing though with the drag, it would have a really good score, I think. But the one thing with this reel is there are complaints about the 2-speed drag. Being able to adjust it, it's had some issues. So with that being said, I think the drag overall is great. Max drag's great, especially for those little reels. It's a heavy drag for a lighter reel, but there's problems adjusting that drag to where you want it. So that being said, I'm gonna have to say a 6.
Might have to agree with you on the 6. Like you said about that drag, having a little bit of problems here and there. Some customer complaints, I would say.
Yeah.
And then the smaller sizes having this lever drag, which can be annoying up here in the Northeast. I would have to agree with the 6.
So we got drag's gonna be a 6. We got price point is gonna be a 7. So that'll bring us over to what do we want to talk about next? Durability.
Can you abuse this reel?
How hard can you abuse this thing without it breaking? Shitting the bed.
I would say it's pretty damn abusable.
It's pretty abusable. If you were to treat this thing, never wash it, never oil it before winter, do any adjustments to it, I think it would still last you 5+ years. Unless you were really to just chalk it around like it's.
Unless you were to drop it in the water, we're talking.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say, these two down here haven't been treated as well as the two bigger ones over here, but I'd say overall they still act like a brand new reel. Smoothness is still there, all there. That performance, which we'll get into later, is still all there. I mean, the durability is awesome. If you really want to treat these like garbage, which for $300+, depending on which one you get, you probably don't want to treat it like crap. It will still last you a little while compared to those other reels. Everything on the gears on the inside, everything, it's pretty good against that salt. Should last you a good while. I'd say the durability is pretty good. I'm gonna have to give it. What do you think? Like an 8?
I'd say that's pretty damn good choice right there, an 8. One thing I gotta say about the durability is that with these older guys, you could kind of abuse them, rock them around, and they won't really lose any color. Won't get any unless you like super like scratch it and kind of smash it against something.
Mhm.
But these new ones,
Yeah, you can see the scuff marks a
you
little
can
more.
see scuff marks a little more. This little silver paint comes off a lot easier, but it doesn't really change how the reel operates.
Yeah.
It's just for how it looks. And do we really care about looks? Yes, a little bit. Not gonna lie, but
I mean,
it does hold pretty well.
it does hold pretty well, and I
And
mean,
you can still catch fish on it, and that's what matters.
from a distance, you wouldn't be able to see those scuff marks or anything like that. Which I think that reel's probably 2 years old now, and it's still working great.
Yeah.
Can handle a boatload, and it's been dropped quite a few times. I don't own it, but the person I know, it's been dropped a few times, and it's still perfectly fine. But so yeah, durability, we're going with an 8.
An 8 sounds pretty good to me, boss.
All right, so far we got an 8.76. After that, we have what we got next.
We could do versatility.
Versatility.
We kind of touched on versatility.
I think we finished versatility. How about that? We'll finish versatility right now.
Okay. So we kind of talked about how it can kind of, from the little guys, can catch the little fish, the small fluke, the blackfish, some of the little guys. It can go all the way up to the middle class tuna.
Or if you do it the right way, even those big boys.
Oh, if you do it the right,
Got an offline on there, it could handle some big boys.
it could handle some big boys. Not gonna lie. And then these middle guys can kind of do it all. It's probably a little big for like your fluken type adventures, but
Especially this one. This one probably good.
This one you could do with fluken. This one's probably a little too big for your fluke.
Yeah, this one will probably be more like you could probably use it to troll for striper, but then you're probably gonna be looking more at deep dropping for stuff or jigging for tuna.
Yeah.
And then this big puppy, it's gonna be more trolling for stripers or trolling for tuna even. Be tough to jig with. She's pretty hefty girl for a lever drag reel, but that's just because she's a 60 class reel. But
if you were to get one just for versatility,
Mhm.
and you want to use it for everything, I'd probably get the 30.
Yeah.
Because you can use it for the big fish, you can use it for the small fish. It's not
Yeah.
the perfect reel for either one, but it's pretty good for both
Yeah.
of them.
If you're looking to spend a little bit more money for a nicer reel and be able to use it for everything, it would be that 30 class Fathom, I'd say, compared to that 40. Same drag. The only difference is
So, what else do Fathoms have that most other reels don't these days? Left hand.
that's true. They got that
For your
left hand.
users out there, these Fathoms come in a left hand version. We actually have a couple here. This 30, that's a left hander. So if you're a left handed user, these reels might be for you. Because there ain't a lot of options out there for you no more. Seagate ain't, a lot of Daiwas ain't. Abbott's, they are, but you know how Abbott's are. You can sometimes get them, sometimes you can't. You want it in a certain color. That's how Abbott's are.
I'd say that lefty Fathom is available pretty easily.
Yeah,
You get your hands on it pretty easy.
all the time. I would give it a, what do you think?
I think that versatility with the left hand, with it being able to up and down pretty much catch everything.
A 60 is a big
Especially
reel,
that 30.
all the way down to the,
And there's also two other sizes in this reel. Like I said earlier, you got that 25, which is between these two, and then you got an even smaller one, that 10. So, I mean, I think with all those sizes, the left hand, and even at that 30, being able to pretty much do everything, I'm going to have to go with an 8. What do you think?
I'm going to have to agree with you on the 8 here. This left-hander brings it up because I know I've heard a lot of people talk about trying to find a left-hand reel, and there ain't many options anymore.
Yeah.
And this Fathom is very available, and it comes in left-handed in all sizes.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
Last but not least, number 5, we have that performance factor.
Does it perform, buddy?
Does it perform?
That's what matters.
Obviously, the reel isn't going to hook the fish for you. But once that fish is hooked, how does she perform? And I think she does a great job, personally.
I think she also does a great job.
With that drag,
Without user error.
it's smooth. It's going to...
When you're trolling, you can keep it in a lower lever drag state, lower drag. As soon as you hook that fish, you can
Yep.
pop it up, set your hook, and go. It's gonna perform when you do that.
Yeah. And when you're reeling that fish in, it's smooth. I've been using these for a little while, and that reeling those fish in is pretty smooth. They're not, unless you go with this heavier size, these reels aren't that heavy, so you'll be able to jig for a while, all that. If you're on a fish for a long time fighting it, you're not going to tire out. It's not super heavy. And overall, like black fishing, pulling those fish out of the rocks, this reel performs.
And if you these new Fathoms, the handle's different. And these big handles, they can be nice when you're cranking on a fish.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody loves it, but if you like a big handle, something to grab on here and really put down on the fish, then you can put it to work.
Yep. And even these older versions, they have that power handle, so it's not a crazy difference.
It's just not that new style power
Yeah.
handle.
I mean,
But the ones you're gonna buy nowadays, unless you're buying it off
they're gonna have
second
that,
party or third party,
yeah, they're gonna have those fancy handles. But
yeah.
performance-wise, if you hook that fish, this reel will do the job for you. I mean, it is a great reel.
You get on that fish, you set that drag, and you
Correctly,
start reeling.
you're good. You're good.
It's gonna perform for you.
Yeah, it's gonna perform. So,
I'm thinking,
performance. What do you think?
I was almost thinking a 7, but then
I'm gonna have to say I think it's a little better than a 7.
I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe it's an 8. I think it's an 8.
I think it's an 8 as well. Performance, 8 out of 10. Book it. So overall, that's gonna give us a 37 out of 50.
37 out of 50.
37
You
out
count
of
that
50.
right?
I count that right.
Okay.
If not, it'll say something above us that says, I'm stupid. This is the actual score. But I'm pretty sure that's 37 out of 50.
Okay. 37 out of 50.
Which is a great score.
That's a great score. We're not scoring easy around here,
We're
right?
not scoring easy around here, right? This reel overall is a great reel. It's versatile. It's going to perform. That max drag is great on all these reels. Even for its size, that max drag is great. I'd say the only thing holding it back would be being able to adjust that drag.
Yeah.
Easily. But
one thing we forgot to mention.
What's that?
The line capacity in these bad boys. How is the line capacity?
I touched upon it a little bit.
That's true.
I mean, it also depends on what fish you're going for. If you're deep dropping for, say, cod, or you're tuna fishing, you want to get more line. And these things do hold a boatload of line. This one right here.
These things hold a boatload of line.
That's 60 pound. This thing has at least 300 yards on there. I'll put, since we forgot to say it, I'll put something right above us that says line capacity for each one. But these things do hold a lot of line. Most of the time, you're going to want to put backing on there because if you're using braid, you don't want to pay all that extra money for all that extra braid that you're never going to touch.
Yeah.
But 37 out of 50, that's a good score. I mean, we're not just throwing out scores out here.
These are good reels here.
There was a few 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10s. I think the only thing that got less than a 7 was that drag, which that max drag is still very good. But overall, 37 out of 50 is a great score. And if you're looking to buy a reel, a little bit of a nicer reel for a pretty good price,
and know what you're getting into in this lever drag area, that it is a lever drag, not a star drag.
It's going to be an outstanding reel.
It's going to be what you want, I think.
Mm-hmm. And it's pretty available in most stores, I'd say, especially like even those at those Bass Pros, stuff like that. But yeah, we're excited. If you want to see us use any of these reels or do another review on a different reel that you have, feel free to throw a comment down there, like and subscribe.
And get ready for the summer, basically.
Get ready. We'll probably have a few more reel reviews coming before the season opens up. But
once we get out there, once the stripers roll in here up in the Northeast,
late
April,
April, early May,
up in Rhode Island,
we'll get some striper fishing coming for you.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe.
Bye-bye.